Before we start today's video, check out our affiliate links in the description down below. These can make some great gifts with the holiday season just around the corner, or even a gift for yourself. It supports the channel at no extra cost of you. Thanks so much. May the force be with you, and enjoy the video.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we are going to be discussing some more and new reveals about the Acolyte Season 2, its possible potential cancellation, everything that kind of exploded the internet yesterday in the last 24 hours. We do have some new reveals and some new details about all of that we're going to be discussing, breaking it all down right now in today's video. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from StarWarsNews.com as an overall garnering source. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As I had mentioned, within the last 24 hours, the internet has honestly broken and has gone crazy over this new report from Deadline.com saying that the Acolyte Season 2 has apparently been canceled and that it's not being renewed for a second season is really the correct terminology for it. Of course, let me know what you guys are all thinking in the comments down below, your overall thoughts and opinions, your initial reactions to that. Do you want to have had a Season 2 of the Acolyte, yay or nay? Let me know in the comments down below. Honestly, my personal take on it is, it is what it is. I didn't really think that there was room to do a second season of the Acolyte, but much rather have an entirely different High Republic show is honestly something that they should and hopefully would actually be doing instead. And so, as their article reads, Lucasfilm is scrapping any future plans for leslye Headland's The Acolyte, as the series will not be returning for a second season, according to Deadline.com. The series had wrapped its first and now only season in July, and Lucasfilm, which has been reached for comment, but has not confirmed the news yet by multiple outlets, but expect this to be happening a little bit later, maybe tonight, or in the next coming couple of days, for them to have some type of an official announcement, or even other trades like other reports and other sources like the Hollywood Reporter, something of more substance, I think. Not to say that Deadline isn't, of course. You normally don't see that kind of thing with Lucasfilm, like announcing that something is canceled, essentially. It's normally just kind of shoved under the rug and silently shelved, or, something along those lines, essentially. It's normally how those things happen. I think if for anything, if they did come out with an official announcement, it would be an announcement for, as I had mentioned, another High Republic show. Something that just isn't the Acolyte Season 2, something that maybe would bring in some of those characters like Plagueis and Yoda, maybe Vanessa Rao, that we've all seen by the end of the Acolyte's first season. No reason was provided within the actual reports, but it seems pretty clear and obvious that between the low viewership and engagement and the division that had really happened inside the fan base on the Acolyte's overall, initial kind of just thoughts and how it was perceived by the fans and the critics alike. Now, to say that it had low viewership isn't actually entirely correct. It had one of the top 10, it was in the top 10s for its, 2-episode premiere, and then for the season finale as well, had a top 10 viewership for 2024 thus far, or whatever the case may be, essentially. So to say that it had low viewership and that's the reason, and low engagement, definitely doesn't feel that to be the reason. It's really just its story is what fans and critics aren't jiving with, and that's really kind of what it seems to be. Future storylines had been mapped out, as legal documents said last year, and as we had been reporting and discussing here on the channel, is also that leslye Headland had confirmed in other recent interviews that this was initially conceived as a multi-season series, essentially, but the writer's room for a second season hasn't been assembled, and it just doesn't seem that that's going to be the case. The news, of course, have broke a few days after Nelson revealed its viewership report for the week of the series had finale aired on Disney Plus for The Acolyte. Episode 8 was the first to break into the top 10 of the week, and since the second week that series was on, on air from there, as I had mentioned. So to say that its viewership numbers there and engagement just isn't entirely fair to say, and as I had mentioned, it really comes from how it was perceived from the critics and the fans, and all the scoring, essentially, that had gone into the Acolyte. It's unfortunate. It had a lot of potential. I think it still does have a lot of potential for it to still spin off into a separate kind of Disney Plus show of its own. Something that just isn't the Acolyte Season 2. According to the numbers from the data firm as well, had also backed up by a report from Luminant Data, the Acolyte was the least watched live-action Star Wars series on Disney Plus. But even then, as I had mentioned, it's still up there because it was breaking like those top 10 records. It is just not one of the most viewed or even liked Star Wars shows out there, obviously. A key difference here is that Andor, for example, had picked up viewership and momentum over time, especially because it had so many episodes. So it kind of poses the question if maybe that's something that Lucasfilm may do in the near future. It's something else I'll discuss in another separate feature video here on the channel and in more detail and in more depth. And then again, it is also not an apples to apples comparison. Andor had been planned since the get-go in the beginning as a 24 episode series, and the pre-production had begun for season 2 long before the first episode had hit Disney Plus as well. Shooting began the day before the season 1 finale even aired. The second season will hit Disney Plus in 2025. That isn't to say that The Acolyte or any other Star Wars Disney Plus show just isn't planned. It's also something I completely disagree with. It's really into the sense of planning out the story, however. I think into the regards of that, though, as I have mentioned and as we've discussed here on the channel before, Leslye Headland said that she planned out The Acolyte as a multi-season show from the get-go and had ideas and stories that, she wanted to have been told in a possible potential season 2 of the show. So to say that isn't necessarily fair. And then again, it's not an apples to apples comparison. It's not really fair to compare any Star Wars Disney Plus show, I really feel, into that sense as well. Fear not, though, however, there's still plenty of other Star Wars Disney Plus shows to look forward to, as of by which we've been discussing and covering here on the channel. We have Skeleton Crew coming out a little bit later this year in December. December 3rd is when we have the premiere episode for that. We're also looking forward to Ahsoka Season 2, Andor Season 2, and Tales of the Jedi Season 2, and also the 4th season of The Mandalorian, a possible potential Book of Boba Fett Season 2. We're going to continue to keep you guys updated with all of it in a galaxy far, far away here on the channel. It's all the more reason to grab that subscribe button if you haven't already. Guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. What do you guys want to see with the future of a galaxy far, far away, especially on the streamer? What do you think about the Acolyte just not moving forward or being renewed for a second season, seemingly being canceled? Would you want to see a different High Republic show under different creatives? Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.